All right, so we had played this brew yesterday, and it felt good enough that it made me rethink kind of the base. I thought I had my Targon deck picked out for the Invitational tournament at the end of the month, but this one's making me rethink it, and I think there's a good chance that this ends up being in my lineup. So Diana is easily my favorite champion in the game right now. Just really great, not only aggressively slanted champion, but also a great mid-range tool in general, because she's basically a piece of removal, right? Her challenger combined with quick attack lets you control the board while keeping a threat of your own in many situations. One card that really impressed me in this deck with Diana was that in addition to Lunari Dustbringer being an excellent enabler on one for Diana and Shadestealer, Messenger Sigil is a card that I haven't played in a ton of decks yet, but this card does a really good job of enabling your 2-drop Nightfall units as well. When you're on the draw, you can bank your spell mana when you're on the draw. When you're going second, attacking on evens, you can bank your spell mana on one, and then Messenger Sigil into either Nightfall Diana or Nightfall Lunari Shadestalker, and start either pressuring them with this or controlling the game with Diana. This deck is playing Twisted Fate as its second champion. A really good quality card to not only control the board, but this deck also has a bunch of things that draw cards in it, so we leveled up Twisted Fate when we played this yesterday just an incredible number of times. One of the reasons why we were able to level Twisted Fate so consistently was on the back of Brash Gambler here. So normally Brash has a pretty big downside where you have to discard 2 cards when you play it, but these new Targon cards allow us to mitigate Brash's downside via things like Mentor of the Stone, Making Gems, and Gift Giver, and Lunari Dustbringer making us stuff. So actually, I think before we dive in, I'm gonna go up to a third Gift Giver and trim the third Zap for the sake of curve consideration, and let's see how that feels to start. So I think Gift Giver / Spacey Sketcher, which of those two things you want to be doing, is definitely largely a what role do you want it to fill in your deck. So Spacey Sketcher, in my opinion, does not make a very good Nightfall enabler a lot of the time, because you frequently don't have things you want to discard super early with it, whereas Gift Giver makes you gems and stuff for cheap that can enable Nightfall very elegantly. Opponent playing Trundle, Orion Sol here. I'm definitely mulliganing these two. Honestly, I think I'm going to mulligan just everything, looking for my 1s and my 2s. I'm going to pass here, banking this mana, in case I draw Messenger Sigil to Shadestalker onto.
A little luck for those who need it.
I'm playing a third Gift Giver, and I'm playing 2 Zap Spray Fins. I'm a big fan of Zap. We have a lot of great cards that Zap draws in this deck.
Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
So, I have to decide. Do I want to use this to save these? Probably not. I think I just let these die, and then we Twisted Fate draw a card next turn. That's probably what happens. Alternatively, I could Pale Cascade to save this, and then next turn gem into Shadestalker. Well, we weren't listed in the Magic category, and then Twitch says, I need to file another bug report with that. Thank you for the heads up.
I'm always up for a round or two.
It's really frustrating.
Blue as the serpentine.
It should. I just updated it to Runeterra again. The widget that lets you control what category your game is listed on is definitely bugged.
All or nothing.
So I need to play a gem there because otherwise I'm at the hand size limit. I don't want to lose my card I'm drawing next turn. And I want to hold up Pale Cascade in case they had another deal 2 to everything.
King of Trolls coming through.
So this is at 2 cards currently. So I need 6 more. I'm going to get 1 next turn. This could be 3 more next turn. I think we just pick a card, a gem here. And then we can play Shadestalker.
Bow to your king.
Yeah, like I need to sigil so I can actually draw. Okay, and then this here lets me level Twisted Fate at first, which is great.
Looks like
Hey, engineer, thank you for the tier 2 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, Twisted Fate is leveled.
Okay. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
Watch the ball, folks. 9. This is fleeting, though, so we're going to lose that next turn. So, Icequake happens here.
I'm a people person.
Twisted Fate lives. That's 1 mana short of Bastioning him, unfortunately, there, which is why we didn't do that.
Looks like trouble.
Yes, yeah, this deck, not only are we good at leveling Twisted Fate because of all of our various cards that draw cards, but we're also good at protecting it because of things like Bastion and our different combat tricks. Unfortunately, burned a card there because of our hand size, but that's unavoidable.
I'm gonna make a U-sickle. One troll to rule them all.
Not that good anymore, it seems. Well, Twisted Fate now protects himself, right? So depending on what they hook him with, I'm going to get to play a card and stun something. I think Sigil's fine, Percy.
I'll knock 'em dead.
Well, they don't necessarily have another unit stuck up. There's no guarantee that they have another one. Again, it's really easy to like dictate what plays they're making when you can't see their hand.
The air.
And then here's the other thing too, right? Like, okay, you're saying if they're good, they're not gonna hook it with the big one. Well, if that's the case and they hook it with a little one here, I'm gonna get to pump him out of range of dying to their 3/1 with my pocket aces and stuff like that. All right, no, that's not a timeout. Just ban that person. It is never appropriate to come in here and swear at and insult my opponents. I don't know if there's other streams you go in that tolerate that, but that's just full stop. If I wouldn't let you say it about myself, you need to be respectful, and you're not allowed to say it about my opponents either. Like, be a decent human being, and if you can't, you're not welcome in my chat.
Leave your bags in the door.
Alright, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to play out anything else too large here, so I think I'm just... Are we playing something else out here? I guess if I play this... I don't think I can play Messenger, because I think I need 5 mana to Pale, Cascade, plus Pocket Aces to save this from a 3 power attack, so I'm just going to pass again here.
Let's take this outside.
Okay, an opponent played well, hooking with one of their lower powered things. But again, I get to go ahead and pocket aces plus Pale Cascade here. So, my guy doesn't die to this, which is nice. Gold card stuns this, we take 3. We do lose this fleeting card, but that's not a big deal.
Who's gonna close up? Can see the Debastian border from here.
I think I have enough things. Nah, I'm just gonna pass for now. Yeah, I've liked this deck a lot. I'm pretty sure I'm playing this in my tournament lineup. It's been really sweet. I'm a sucker for Twisted Fate, and this deck's a really good Twisted Fate deck.
The journey is difficult. These will protect you.
Yeah, red card's about to be great.
Soak it in. These old eyes still see far and clear.
Yeah, having Bastion means my Twisted Fate is just, like, super secure. And I think we just go ahead and Diana here?
Embrace the night.
Does she levels herself because she's our 4th Nightfall?
Tried to blind me with resplendence, but
Yep, Diana plus Cascade kills Trundle. Is correct. Twisted Fate's a monster, chat. He is tough to keep up with. And like, even if they have an Ice Quake here, I get to Bastion, Twisted Fate, and then Pale Cascade Diana, right? Do we kill them now? No, because my 1/2's gonna die. Oh, I have another 1/2 I can play out. Oh, yeah, they might be dead actually, right? Close to it. Not quite. Not quite. We're not quite lethal. I can kill this at least though, right? With her.
light flowers upon my blade. The promise of a new moon upon you, Bloom Tender.
And I'm gonna gem this so that way I can kill their pillar here too. Because that keeps my Twisted Fate safe for next turn. And there's a backup Twisted Fate. Oh no! Oh no, not dial-up dragon! Anything but that!
Tidings from the sky.
Eyes open.
Is it a tough nut to crack? Or are we fine and they're very dead?
Knocked and ready.
Looking into the future, I see purple.
Are so wide. Listen, I know I've let myself go with everything going on with quarantine, but I'd appreciate it if we didn't make fun of my weight.
Ignorant thrall.
So dial up dragon, stuns Twisted Fate. We just go ahead and we open attacks here.
We will be free.
So Star Shapings, they're out here, but I'm going to get to kill Dial Up Dragon via Twisted Fate triggers, right?
And here's where I paint my constellation.
Do we have to worry about decking? I like keep checking my deck size. I feel like decking might be a real concern here. I guess this is putting 5 more messengers in my deck.
The trolls are going to war!
The trolls are going to war. I think I'm actually playing. I think I'm just like I think I need to keep all my burst plays, right? So I think I'm gonna Duskbringer, and then I'm gonna like play Shadestalker over Duskbringer. 9 cards in hand. Definitely need to make a play here to gold card. And keeping 3 burst cards is important because triple burst card lets me gold card their Trundle. Lets me gold card their Trundle if they open attacks. Yes, this has been a good first game for the deck to showcase why I think it's reasonable.
Blue as the Serpentine.
Cast red card for 1.
I'm a people person.
I mean, they're going to be super dead to open attacks, right?
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
We should kill them with red cards. Overrate the dog, stun the Trundle. They're gonna get to kill my big Twisted Fate here, but like I've been like sitting on backup Twisted Fate all game, right? And then we're gonna get to open attacks, attack for 10. That's actually pretty annoying, so we're gonna get to kill one of my Spaceys now. They get to kill my elusive. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, like, they have to know I have another Twisted Fate by now, right? Like, I've seen so many cards.
Now, where was I?
Wait, does this let me start playing Destiny cards again this turn? That's how that works, right? Sure is. That's delicious. Oh, we redrew the gem we shuffled in earlier. That's great. That's truly, truly lovely. Welcome back, Gem.
Dead in their tracks.
That gem was truly outrageous. Yeah, it was. This is a good set overall. Oh, I should have hooked this with Twisted Fate, but this whatever, they're dead.
A full moon casts her light across the land.
Yeah, like the fact that like we just like went over the top of the Aesol deck was excellent. Just like, yep. Okay, so this is against an aggro deck now. Definitely mulliganing Pocket Aces and Hush. Honestly, I think I'm going to mulligan Mentor of Stones, too. Looking for just some of our 2-drops here.
Hey there. Don't mind the knife. I'll be quick.
Oh, you know what? This was a mistake. I should have held this, because if I draw a 2-drop, I'd want a Messenger Sigil on 2.
These gems grant a wearer harmony.
Yeah, I'm basically redoing my lineup, I think. Because the two decks that I thought I wanted to play, I couldn't find a good third deck to pair with them. I'm here every day, Dreadnought. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate the compliment.
There's plenty of
Pretty much everything I stream gets uploaded to my YouTube channel and my website as well. I do all constructed stuff for Runeterra, pretty much. You do 1 to 2 Runeterra decks per day. I think we just want to zap here. Brash is pretty big, though. Actually, you know what I probably want to do? I probably want to get Mentor of the Stones going, because then this gives me gems for Brash Gambler. So I can play Brash without feeling bad. And, like, pumping this up to a 4-5 is, like, also pretty okay. Weird.
Sapphire, gem of our divine patron. Forgive me.
I'll spend one of those on here, so that way if they want to kill this with the vulnerable to 3/3, they have to trade. And that still leaves me 2 to discard to this. It's the end of the month, the 26th and the 27th. They're having qualifiers for it for next weekend, so there's 30. It's a 32-player event. They invited 20 people to it, a mixture of streamers and tournament players, and there's 12 slots that you can qualify for.
I'll be quick.
time to get rich. Look out there!
I think I'm just trading this off to keep my health total high here. My deck doesn't really heal. Hey, Dreadnought, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome to Hooglandia. And I think the plan is Brash try and get ahead here. Yeah, I agree, Percy. I think this archetype is very good. play against it a lot, and it's always a competitive game regardless of what I'm playing.
Yeah, you don't want to cross me.
Our next Hoglandia tournament is the 19th, so the weekend before. Yeah, everything ends up on YouTube, Innuendo. Huh, so this is a good, clean Twisted Fate to... So, the problem with Twisted Fating to start is if they have Sejuani, they get to Sejuani my Brash Gambler, and then I can't attack with it. However, there's a lot of upside to Twisted Fating first, because then he sees the cards that these draw. There's also some downside attached to the fact that I might draw cards I can't play then, because I've used my mana to Twisted Fate. I think on the balance, I prefer attacking, talking through all the permutations. Yeah, I want to play the cards I draw for Brash too.
Bar the doors! Heed my words!
Carved from the savage cold.
So they had the Sejuani. Now what do I want to do? Do I just play out these two cards since I'm going to lose them? Probably. I also like having board presence against what they have going on.
Stand on cold shots.
And I think I play the gem, the gift giver as well here. So that way I can make this have 3 attacks so it can block the Prowling Cutthroat.
Invisible to the ignorant.
They say these were from the Protector himself.
I mean, I don't even know that you should call, like, me talking about them possibly having Sejuani a read so much as just, like, they're through a third of their deck. It's like, there's a good chance that they could have that. And that Twisted Fate is, fleeting, so we'll make sure to play him out here. This has Overwhelm, so we're basically fucked.
I was forged by winter.
I think we're just dead here at this point. We're too far off of leveling Twisted Fate. Sejuani is a card that I don't have many complaints about Runeterra, but Sejuani is a card that I don't think it's too powerful, but at a minimum, they need to update the wording on it, because the wording on it is super inconsistent compared to what other similar cards that have effects like that do. The fact that Sejuani triggers the turn you level her is not intuitive based on things like Lucian and stuff like that have very similar wording but don't. I think I definitely want Twisted Fate in my opener here. I'm gonna keep this and mulligan for one of my 1-mana enablers to pair with it. That sucks. Get 2 shots at least. This is not one of my enablers for this on turn 2. This can enable Shadestalker on a later turn, but it doesn't enable it turn 2, unfortunately. I just like the wording to be consistent, all the bishops. So I think if they're going to have Sejuani behave differently than Lucian, the verbiage on Sejuani's card needs to be different. I think I'm just passing here. Banking up to 3 spell mana with Bastion in hand is valuable. You're 1 card late messenger. So I think the plan here is Gift Giver
These jewels are
plus Shadestalker. And then next turn we can Twisted Fate with Protection.
Mother Moon veil me. for truth.
These are troll lands.
So I'm gonna go ahead and messenger sigil here to use a spell mana, and then we'll go ahead and Twisted Fate blue card to get him going.
Eyes open.
Think I want to pocket aces anything here. I'm just gonna hold the mana for now. Yeah, I was gonna say they redesigned or changed the way that card works, so that just doesn't work anymore, right?
Darkness hides in my path.
So Twisted Fate's gonna go up to 6 cards next turn. So if we hit a salvage, we could be okay. I think I give this up just to not take a huge hit.
Be brave.
And with we have a ton of draws that let us level Twisted Fate on their next turn. And with the 2 bastions in hand, we should be able to have those work just fine. So we're gonna bank 3 spell mana here and have 9 total mana next turn.
Like a fish in water.
Technically spewed a draw there. Or technically spewed a spell mana there.
Good as bone shiver.
Dusk approaches. I cannot turn back. I will be heard.
So we're gonna lose this, but then we'll get to level Twisted Fate here, which is nice. Maybe I'm supposed to pocket aces to kill this to keep them off of 8 mana.
Come on in.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake. They only had 3 mana up. I think I'm supposed to pocket aces the Diana to kill their Rinding Stones. We probably can still get through it thanks to Twisted Fate leveling next turn, but I think that was a punt. With 3 mana, they can't kill Twisted Fate, right? In their factions. I should have killed their stones to keep them off of leveling Trundle.
Like I'm on a hot streak.
It's always cold in the Freljord. It's good to be the king.
Not usually 31. Yeah, that's a pretty big mistake on my part, honestly. Let's start with this and see what we draw. That's true. Sometimes they play Troll Chant, but that wouldn't have killed Twisted Fate in that situation.
Soak it in.
Morrowind's gonna start a little bit later today because we had a big Runeterra host, so I'm gonna plan to do Morrowind in about an hour.
Smashing. Get ready for a beatdown.
We got a host for Mogwai. He's great. So I think I do this, and then if I play 2 spells here, I get to go ahead and red card plus gold card. I think we're gonna pocket aces this one. Would I rather trade Diana or an elusive for this 3/3? I think I'd rather trade Diana and keep my elusives around.
Come, a new phase awaits.
Yep, yeah, he's also on F2K. I think I have to hush here, so if they have another thing we get got. Yeah, I fucked this whole sequence up. It's unfortunate. So, my Twisted Fate, we're not just out of this game yet, but my Twisted Fate would still be alive, and I'd be super far ahead if I would have killed this with Diana last turn, like I could have. No, Twisted Fate always plays the cards in order, blue, red, gold.
Looking into the future, I see purple.
So this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 elusives, so maybe we can punk this game out with the elusives, but if we lose, that's definitely my fault. If we had Twisted Fate still going here, we'd be super far ahead.
Eyes blazing bright as torches.
Invisible to the ignorant.
That's the Ice Quake. Yeah, I just can't beat that. Yep, so I deserved that one. Did not prioritize taking their ramp out of play when I should have. And the tempo from that. Keeping our Twisted Fate would have been huge there. Would have basically given us 2 more turns with Twisted Fate, right? We would have gotten our turn and then their next turn again. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Mono. You swore by Cliff Racers. Lux Leona, so a control deck. I think I'm kind of in to just keep all of these against a control deck.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Open on attacks here to get past their 3-2 that pumps itself up. Ice Quake is super reasonable. Very decent spell. Not a moose, but also very good. Screeching Dragon's one I've been super impressed with. I've been playing 2 of these main in the Leona Ash deck, or Lux Ash deck I've been playing. They've been excellent. The question here is, do I want to pool Dork or Salvage before I Twisted Fate? Playing Twisted Fate isn't super appealing at the moment because they have this dragon, so I think I just Salvage now.
Game. Go on then.
Dragon's pretty scary because it's not a small challenger unit that we can kill with direct damage, and it's not a piece of removal that we can protect Twisted Fate from via Bastion. It's pretty good against us. Well, I guess we're playing Diana because she's fleeting here, but... What is he, white? That's blue-white for Magic. So a lot of my audience is crossover with Magic the Gathering, so that's also a game that I stream.
Find your own light within the darkness.
And blue-white control is basically kill all your stuff, don't do a whole lot control deck. Let's see if they open on attacks here. They might not open on attacks. He said optimistically. I think I'm just letting her get eaten.
No.
I'm always up for a round or two.
They can have single combat. They're in Demacia. If they single combat Twisted Fate, I have Pale Cascade to trade him off at least. This is a pretty tough card for us to get through.
Hesitation's a tell.
Yeah, that's gross.
The game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
So I can level Twisted Fate next turn, right? I think that's the plan.
A little luck for those who need it.
So I can pick a card, gets him to 6, and then salvage levels him.
They will not escape punishment.
Oh, I need to play a card out of my hand here still technically too. That's awkward. Because if I go to draw a card and can't, it doesn't count towards Twisted Fate leveling, right?
Gotta trust your instincts.
If I have 7 cards in hand and it burns one, it doesn't count as being drawn. Does anybody know? It like impacts my play. Alright. Worked out. Let's see if they have a single combat. I imagine if they did that, they don't have single combat.
Scorching light.
Does it? And again, this matters here too. If count drawing the card here counts and levels Twisted Fate, there's no way I can find out, right? If I drag this out, I can't press OK. So like, is casting this while I have my handful, is it going to level Twisted Fate? I guess I'll just concede if it doesn't, because I need to find out. Because if I play this and it levels Twisted Fate, I can triple 1 mana burst spell to save him here. Chat sounds split. Let's find out. Alright, sweet. That's good to know. It's good to know. Sick. So, this is important because now I have 3 mana left over, so I get to go Messenger Sigil, Messenger Sigil, Messenger Sigil, and do this. Who let the dogs out? Who? Do 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 boo 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 boo. You have a they could have a single combat or another consecrated strike, but that at least makes them do a thing here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's cool. You got it.
Always on the run.
The goodest boys, chat. The goodest boys.
The sun is shining. We should too.
I mean, our deck is half dogs at this point, right?
Our time. This is my choice. For heretic. We'll be free.
Fizzy Dragon, thanks for 32 months. Pretty sure we're still behind here. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Do-do. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's get ready to Twisted.
May our light shine forever.
Only fools play the hand they're dealt.
Only fools play the hand they're dealt. Twisted Fate must play Magic.
Let's brighten up their day. A beacon in battle.
He mulligans a lot. Sure.
We will resist.
Protector, shield me.
And then we'll go Dusk Petal.
Their sense travel.
Dusk Petal here. It's like a pretty okay turn. There might be something to this Twisted Fate card, chat. Rude. Rude. Third Consecrated Strike. So, I should hush her so she doesn't level up and she dies in combat. Be very quiet. We're hunting Luxes. To Stock Boy, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so I feel like we're back at parity now. I don't think we're ahead, but I don't think we're necessarily behind. Like, my deck's got a bunch of good boys left in it still. So if we can find our third Twisted Fate, we got a shot. If we can't, we're probably dead. Well, that's a good pickup. Okay, so with Shade Stalker, do we start pivoting?
Enter, traveler, and stop staring.
Stop staring. It's felt good again today, Lorden. At the very least, it's been a ton of fun. So this levels Diana. And now Diana plus the Gem Dork means I can finally kill this stupid dragon. It's been breathing down my neck all game.
We are one and the same, Sancho.
No more your lies, you none.
Oh, she doesn't have Challenger yet. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot we need another thing. All right. Ah, it's been a while since I've done that. All right, good boy it is.
Tidings from the sky. falls from the sky.
No.
I gotta do this.
You cannot sway me.
Okay, and then I'm going to gem my Lenari Shadestalker here, so that way Dragon trades with it next turn. They want... Yeah, I don't know, actually. So now these will trade in combat. Just the goodest boys, chat. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Be very quiet. We're hunting dragons. Is there any benefit to healing this with gems? I don't think so. So now we Brash Gambler and discard the Fleeting Hush to it.
Win big or die trying.
Ooh, they could have Falling Star. Yeah, that's a good call. Okay, that's a reason to do it. The Comet, Meteor Strike, deal 4 and 1. Ah! Punted. Should have played around it. Now they definitely have it, yep. Keep your eye on the ball, chat. Keep your eye on the ball. What gives you the Fleeting Hush? Hush makes a Fleeting Hush when you play it. Hush itself. So you can, like, Hush as many times as you have mana, basically. With Twisted Fate drawn, we're just gonna pass and bake mana for the turn. Boom. What a slog of a game, huh? But if I just, like, open on attacks, I think I'm into it.
Unbeliever!
Is this what you say?
I need to clear bench space, right?
Fall, heretic!
No mercy for heretics.
So, one of the reasons why I like this deck a lot is it's capable of both grindy games and running people down sometimes. Like, there's definitely games where you just, like, make a big elusive and kill your opponent, and those games are sweet. Yeah, I agree, Lacarp. Your role depends on, like, what cards you draw and, like, what your opponent's doing at the same time. Now, there's kind of a question here of, do I lead on this Twisted Fate? Or do I try and draw some cards to guaranteed get Twisted Fate triggers? Because as of right now, I can't guarantee trigger Twisted Fate. If I play it and they, like, Meteor Shower it or something. Because they did just invoke off of this.
Our sun will not set today.
Am I supposed to play this and, like, hope to get a thing? Or am I supposed to, like, good boy to start? I think I like starting with one dog. Because this could get them to spend their resources. Okay, so now they can't meteor me, or now they can't comet me. They could still meteor shower me, but I think I'm supposed to do this now. So if they have second meteor shower here, which they could off this traveler, we get into trouble. They have single combat here as well. Yeah, I'm not sure that we can beat that.
Always on the run.
That's the last of it. And maybe I'm just supposed to wait. This is gonna draw like a Bastion or something. Pocket Aces. That would not have saved him, right? No. Yeah. I think we're gonna get ground out here. They just had too much removal for our Twisted Fates. We weren't able to slog through. Yeah, we're out of Twisted Fates. We're through most of our elusives. Yeah, Grim fortunately just got ground out here.
I am the bulwark against darkness.
We do still have lots of dogs. You're not wrong.
The heavens.
Behold the sun's holy light.
It was my spoiler card, to which many people in this community said it wasn't going to be playable. It's very, very playable.
Piercing rays.
Yeah, we've had a lot of slogs with this deck so far. Yeah, the fact that they have Always Sunny here probably means we're dead.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
My faith protects me.
Can you explain what you mean by... Can you not use buzzwords, King Fede? How do you think playing a bad card over the best combat trick in the game gives you more agency?
Chosen of the moon. Chosen of
Can you be
gods
more
and
specific, please? Because Pale Cascade is one of the best Targon cards. It's definitely the best cantrip. So I'm not sure why you would cut that. What does its Always Day mean? So the Daybreak mechanic normally only triggers on the first card you play. But when it's Always Day, you get to keep triggering it constantly.
all in, baby.
Slug.
The Lunari will not live in fear.
Oh, rather than the Bilgewater +2/+1. Well, I don't know why. So those cards do different things, King Fede. So Pocket Aces helps you keep your threats alive and helps you kill them. Whereas the Invoke card is I really don't love that Invoke card. It's super random. I'm actually going to run to the restroom really quick. And when I get back, we're going to play a couple more games with this before we shift gears to Morrowind. Thanks for hanging out, folks. It doesn't, actually. which I feel is kind of silly. I feel like the it's always day not conflicting with night doesn't quite make sense. Taric Fiora. I think I'm full mulliganing here, just like looking for Twisted Fate. Sounds great. I think those are my favorite types of messages to ban when stupid people post them. Hey Jeff, do you not play Magic anymore? Well, I played Magic this morning. Apologies to you that you are not bright enough to understand how to read a schedule. Life must be difficult for you. I hope you have the assistance that you need to assist in your day-to-day activities. Well, I mean, people that, and this is purely anecdotal, but people that are generally too dumb to find my schedule also tend to be rude when they come in and ask if I don't play Magic anymore. Because people who are smart tend to be nicer on average a lot of the time, because being nice, if you're smart, you understand that that tends to get you more in most places. So this is a permanent buff from the Mentor of Stone, so I think I'm actually going to pocket Aces here to trade these. Do I Twisted Fate here to cut through this Challenger? I think so.
Deal me in.
Hope to fade single combat. I just like don't have any play against single combat here. Yeah.
Something for all.
Invisible to the ignorant.
Smell that? A bite's a cooking.
You literally just click on their card and drag it in front of your thing that has Challenger Bryce.
Mystical levitation.
If you haven't, the fact that you're asking that question, I think implies that you probably haven't done the challenges. I'd encourage you, if you're trying to learn Runeterra, to go play through all of the challenges. We're just super dead here. The challenges do a really good job at helping you learn the ins and outs of all the mechanics. Hilarious, Max, with the 40 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, it's really good to run through all of them. All right, this matchup felt hard last time. Interested to see if we can feel competitive in this matchup. I think the opponent's archetype is one of the better decks in the game right now. One or two more games with this Wargate, and then we're going to dive into that.
Just to choose death or the blade.
And this is a decent game. This will probably be the last one. Would you like to try and end on a high note? Odin has an incredibly slow start. Oh, how long do I intend to play Morrowind for? I don't know, 2 or 3 hours. If it's half as good as I remember it as a child, we're gonna play it for a good bit.
Deal me in.
So red carding here means this doesn't get to attack me, and taking 1 extra toughness off of this means they make 1 fewer monkeys, which is good for us. They do still get to attack in with their 3-2 because I'm not trading here, obviously, but this is a good exchange for me overall.
Go with the flow.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
Through the coral.
Think we just pass here and let them kill this and then just play another Twisted Fate out of hand? You know, it's funny, I was looking at my mouse, like, scraping some gunk off the top of it, because it's real old. I'm pretty sure this Logitech MX510 is the same mouse I used a decade and a half ago to play Morrowind the first time I played through it. We're gonna play Pool Shark out here as a chump blocker.
Watch the ball, folks.
Hoping to dodge a Make It Rain here.
I'll show him pain. Look out there!
Yeah, correct, Dirty Digits. Listen, chat, it's gross. I should probably clean it more often. Don't you judge me. I don't need your judgment.
Wait a minute.
Think I want to stack some damage on here. Okay, with this play, we Pale Cascade this, and then Gold Card kills Gangplank.
Never lost a fair game. Or played one. All that glitters.
They're all filthy monsters. Listen, as someone who's played plenty of Paper Magic, it's the exact same kind of gunk that builds up on card sleeves. It's normal. Dirt and dead skin particles from your hand. Listen, chat. This mouse is probably close to old enough to vote in the 2020 election. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna survive.
Like a fish in water.
Pain is nothing. Dusk approaches.
So we go Gem, Pale Cascade, eat your Sajani.
Moonlight guide me. Night Light descends.
Hey, it is so good.
Your heretic.
Future generations will look at this house for counsel and guidance. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this thing's made of, but like, I'm gonna be really sad when it eventually breaks someday.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
So these idiots are leveled now, right? That's scary. Twisted Fates at 5 of 8.
Fight for your lives. Bow to no one.
So what's the plan here? I think it's Mentor as an extra blocker. And then we're gonna hush the Overwhelm off the Sajani.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
Stand and fight.
You point, I shoot. We live here.
I'm too airborne.
Do I pocket aces here to trade? Why don't they put the Fierce Melissa first? Because they messed up. Because they made a mistake. Oh, that's a big mistake too.
Son of a...
They forgot Sajani was silenced. She didn't have text. That's a pretty big oopsie poopsie. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could do this and level them up.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Is it shark time? Yeah, maybe.
Ill-met by moonlight. Find your path in the dark and follow no false light.
Yeah, burning warning shot is not nothing. It is identical on mobile, Hilarious Max. It is the most gorgeous digital card game I've ever played. It's just very, very well done. So again, the first time I take damage, this silences all my stuff.
Unseen, unheard.
If they have a cannon shark here, we could definitely die. But I don't have any counterplay to that, so we just gotta hope they don't have it.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Dead in their tracks.
No, not definitely. They have Sajani and Gangplank. Alright, so do we try and kill Sajani here? I think I gem this and then attack and hook her, right?
I cannot turn back. Face your heretic. refuse.
Your king has returned. No courteous scream for mercy. Explosives. Let them bleed out. Line them up.
Okay, so we put this here, and we put this here, and then we go burst spell, burst spell, burst spell.
Bloom and fade with the morning.
So the board state's gonna end like this. Are we straight up dead? Nope. Foul the ball, folks. So again, the first 3 cards you play in a turn, Twisted Fate plays blue card, red card, gold card in order.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
They'll be blown
Oh no! Oh no! Man, their deck is greedy. Man, their deck is greedy. They've got Shark on top of all that stuff. No, we're going to -1. We're just dead. Exactly 0. We were so close. Oh, we were so close. Could have played around it with a gem. So that exact permutation, we could have played around with a gem. You are correct, Zoran. So there are plenty of other shark permutations that mean we don't. We still die there. But yeah, the specific instance of shark RNG that happened there, a gem would have gotten us out of. Because it would have had to do 1 more to one of her things. There were lots of plays around. Sure, it adds more permutations. I think I'm happy-ish with where we're at. Obviously, we ran. The gem wouldn't have saved you there. There was only targeting Diana Twisted Fate. So no, there were multiple. There were 2 on Diana at least. Because if you look at the very last one had 2 on Diana, I believe, if I recall. I don't know. At any rate, there were iterations like gem stopped some iteration of shark. There is an accurate statement. It is probably strictly correct to play the gem there, because we had plenty of cards in our hand to trigger Twisted Fate with next turn, and some iteration of Shark Cannons got played around by doing that. Seeing how things played out today, I don't know that I'm sold on Zap. I think what I might try after this set today is Salvage is pretty important for leveling up Twisted Fate. And honestly, I've often been underwhelmed by this card in the past, but honestly, Twisted Fate with his champion spell has been so good so many times. I wonder if I want to just play a copy of Pick a Card and just like lean into leveling up Twisted Fate more consistently. I kind of feel like that might be something I'm interested in doing. Like, I even wonder if Pick a Card is better than Brash Gambler. Because, like, Pick a Card really feels a lot less bad when you have, like, Gift Giver and Dustbringer things to shuffle away. I think that's probably what I'm going to test next in here, is playing some copies of Pick a Card to see if that increases our consistency Increases the consistency. Yeah, it shuffles. It's good with this Dorko 2 Pull Shark, right? Yeah, I agree, Silence. Most Twisted Fate decks aren't actively trying to level him. It's just something that, like, oh, when it happens, it's great. But this deck, because of Bastion and Pale Cascade and Pocket Aces and just our card draw in general, really feels like we're able to do that. Drawing pick a card in general is also nice post-level Twisted Fate because it's another burst card. Yeah, everything goes up on YouTube, Logan. Do I like this deck better than Twisted Fizz? I think they're just different. So I think Twisted Fizz is also great, but Twisted Fizz definitely falls into the second category of Twisted Fate deck we just talked about there, which is that it's just playing Twisted Fate as a value card. Twisted Fizz, this is an Elusives aggro deck. This is playing Fizz and Golden Narwhal and Zap Sprayfin, and I think this deck's very good as well. I just have that damn restriction where I can't play two decks that overlap a faction in this tournament that's coming up, so I can't work on multiple Twisted Fate decks for it. And I think Twisted Diana being Bilgewater Targon frees me up. Like, I think the lineup I'm looking at currently, like, I was gonna play Twisted Fizz and Violent Gems, but I just can't find a third deck that works with these factions that I like. I was working on Lux Ash Control off stream this morning, and I think this deck's probably pretty reasonable still. A couple of small upgrades like Screeching Dragon, but mostly still like what it was before the set release. I think like right now I'm leaning towards Twisted Diana, Lux Ash, and then trying to find another one. Not having Piltover tied up. There's a number of different Piltover decks that kind of tickle my fancy that I can work on, I think. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap Runeterra for today. For someone that hung out through the end from Mogwai's host, I really appreciate that. I do Runeterra content almost every single day. My website has my schedule on it, which you can also find linked below the stream. Usually it looks something like this. I do a little bit of Historic and a little bit of Runeterra, and then during the week I do even more. So, like, my schedule for next week is going to be a couple of Runeterra decks, or at least one Runeterra deck every single day. We are going to shift gears. As you can see, the end of my schedule says we're going to play some Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Been doing a little bit of variety segments on the weekend, and it's a game from my childhood that I really enjoy. So we're going to shift gears into that. If you're looking for more Runeterra stuff for myself,